to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Fool, the Lovers, and then you, Sagittarius, have the Star card. The Lovers is your opposite zodiac sign in Gemini, and then the Star card is Aquarius, which Sagittarius is compatible with. Both of them. Sagittarius is compatible with both Gemini and Aquarius. There's a sense of you, Geminis, going for your long-term goals, hopes, and dreams. There's a sense of you, I said Geminis. There's a sense of you, Sagittarius, going for your long-term hopes and dreams. You Gemini, yo, I don't know why I'm doing that. You, Sagittarius, are going for your hopes and your dreams. And there's a sense of you just trying to be a better Sagittarius, who you are, trying to be better, trying to be more considerate. You know, not just financially and more accomplished, but also just considerate. You know, a lot of you Sagittarius are reflecting about, you know, how you can bring more people to you. There's a sense of you, Sagittarius, understanding that, you know, you're not the most approachable zodiac sign. You're a zodiac sign to have fun with. But at the same time, you're just, look, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that you Sagittarius are learning. And that you Sagittarius are trying to figure out what are some of the things that you would do and say to have people not really rock with you like that were very unfair and inconsiderate. And so a lot of you Sagittarius are learning how to be better. Not just like, yeah, more accomplished as far as better looking and handsome or beautiful, but also a sense of also a sense of spiritually as well, more wise, you know, more kind, more considerate. And then the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles right here represents how so there's a sense of you, Sagittarius, trying to figure out, right? Like I said before, how you can start. A lot of you Sagittarius very much so have already started on being better off. Because you Sagittarius have grown, and a lot of you understand that, you know, like it is I said before, that, you know, being a jerk will get you romantic fun, if you know what I mean. But it's not going to keep anybody, and it's certainly not only is it not going to keep anybody, but it's not going to really bring long-term success. Because you running around with a chip on your shoulder and being disrespectful. And this is why it is I'm saying, like, rich people stick together. If they're rich and they have a business venture together, right? For the most part, they stick. Now, I'm not saying that they don't betray each other, but what I'm saying is that they stick together. So there's a level of camaraderie that's there. But like with people who are not considered to be rich and balling out of control, it's so easy for a lot of us to just betray each other, to betray us, to betray ourselves. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying that, like, you Sagittarius are understanding that being a jerk is not going to make things better in the long run. You will say things that will emotionally hurt other people. And what that will do is that will make relationships worse, because whether it's romance, whether it's friendship, whether it's familial ties that you have, it'll make things worse, because what will happen is you'll say those things, and then now the person is like, Yeah, they still rock with you. Some of them may not rock with you. Then for the ones that do rock with you, it's a sense of, I rock with you, but this thing really hurt. Left you really left me with something. It hurt. So now it's like this thing where it's like how they interact with you. So a lot of you Sagittarius are learning to be more mindful about that. And then you have the King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles. And that you Sagittarius are understanding that not only will you be more mindful of the things that you say and do, why, but also once again, that love is a treasure trove. You're gonna have to build that with another person. The two of you are gonna have to build a life together. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Sounds like 50-50. Don't worry. Forget about it. Forget about it. Anyway, but some people gonna be like, oh, you. Then you have the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups. What does these two cards mean? These two cards for you represent how you Sagittarius, you are learning to be a lot more considerate. See, this is the thing that a lot of people lack. This is what Buddhism is about. This is what Buddhism is about. This is what, you know what I'm saying? These types of practices are about. Buddhism and all that stuff, right? The origin of it is to learn how to be more mindful so that you don't say and do anything that ends up hurting people, right? You don't say anything that really hurts people. They're in a relationship with you. You said something that you can never take back. So that's what Buddhism is about. Buddhism is about learning how to be more mindful of what it is that you say, so that you just don't say stuff all just willy-nilly that ends up creating kind of like a problem in the relationship. You understand? So why am I saying all this? I'm saying this because that's what I took out of it. And that's what it is. But that's part of what it is. But that's part of what I took out of it. The point that I'm trying to make here for you represents how a lot of you Sagittarius, though, it's a lot more to it than that. It's about you learning how to have that mix between the things that you want without getting carried away, like you becoming too confident. You end up saying or doing something that's inconsiderate, right? You learning how to look out for not just yourself, but learning how to look out for other people where you don't put yourself in a position to be compromised. Because see, like, because what I'm trying to say, this whole thing is about how, this whole reading is about how you Sagittarius have to essentially learn how to have that mentality as it is that you rise. Because we see what happens with people who go and they get into places and they're upwardly mobile, right? They're mobile. There's a lot of mobility with them, right? They're climbing the social economic ladder. What happens? The higher they go is the more they lose their soul. I really got to get a Kabbalah chart to kind of show y'all what I'm talking about, show and prove. But the higher they go is the worse off that they get, because they accept everything that the world has to offer, and that's a problem. Instead of them saying no to a lot of that stuff, they say yes to it, and they leave themselves open because they're just indulging in everything that the world has to offer. And that's not a good thing. And it's the same thing for you Sagittarius. A lot of you Sagittarius want to make sure that you are setting all of your records, all of your crookeds straight before you go and you get yourself in position. You work that job, you apply for that job, you make that money, you invest, you get a car, you get a motorcycle, you get whatever. You go ahead, you buy that house. You have that little one with that individual, right? You start that family, right? You, Sagittarius, making sure that you get all your stuff, all your crooked straight. I remember in 2021, January, no, I think it was February in 2021, I sent out, I apologize or I'm sorry letters to everybody that I had a beef with, because yeah, it was for me. It was for them, but it was also for me too, because the situation for me is, if anything happens to them and the cops come and the cops is involved, cops get involved, that's me gonna be looked at, because people will know of my beef that I have with them. And I'm gonna be suspect number one. I didn't want to have all of that. So what happened with me is, not to mention I grew and I was just like, look, yo, that the anger in my heart started to kind of like lessen. And I was like, look, I really don't care about getting back at individuals per se. That wasn't really my thing. So what ended up happening was I ended up sending I'm sorry cards to everybody. And I ain't bothered them since. So the situation for you, Sagittarius, is that you got to get right with whomever it is that you feel like you need to straighten out all those crookeds with. You got to get right with those individuals.
I'm good now.
All right. You good? Let's clarify these 7 of Cups. 4 of Gabriel, 2 of Ariel, Leap of Faith, the Justice, and then you have the 9 of Raphael. So the 4 of Gabriel, is like wand cards. Ariel is like pentacle cards. So, just so to clarify the 7 of Cups. So you will find that a lot more people want to be with you and get to know you and hang around you when you don't operate from a perspective of like you, Sagittarius, needing to always defend your position, or you feel, because what's going on with you, Sagittarius, is that sometimes, like I said, you feel like you got to be a jerk in order to do this, and that comes with, from you, Sagittarius, it comes with certain acts of cruelty. And see, a lot of you Sagittarius are learning how to be mindful about that if you do that, it will rub people the wrong way and people are going to stay away from you. You don't want that. You want more people, the right people specifically. Yeah, you want more people to gravitate towards you and like you, and respect you, but you want more people to gravitate towards you who will open the doors for more opportunities, as well as you open the doors for more opportunities for them. And then things that the Leap of Faith, i.e. the Fool card and the Justice card, right? Leap of Faith is the Fool card. But the Leap of Faith and the Justice card represent, and you are setting all the records straight with this. Then you have the 9 of Raphael, which is Cups. So you're doing yourself a service that in the future, you're hooking yourself up years of grace and good fortune, in a sense that, you have less enemies. Not only that too, but also you operate from a space of, yeah, you reserve, but you also give as well. So it's this balance of, yeah, you reserve, but you give, reserve, give. And again, your hand is open, right? This is what I mean when I say cop and blow. Cop and blow, right, is your hand is essentially open. Yes, you're giving because your hand is open, but at the same time, you'll also receive what comes to your hand, what people are willing to give. When you have your hand tightly clenched, yeah, certain things are that you want to have closed will stay there, But you have to understand that people outside world will look to pry your hands open, if you know what I mean. They'll try to force your hands open and get what you have in your hands. So the best thing for you to do, this is why I keep telling y'all, to learn to be like the surfer in the sense of let that go, because the more you try to clench it, this is what Tupac was, this is what Biggie was talking about when he said more money, more problems. The more you hold on to it and you, it's just, is the more people are going to try to force to get it from you. They'll do all types of stuff. They'll try to pry it out of your hands. You don't want that. So the best thing that you Sagittarius can do is to set all your records straight, move forward. We only got like a couple of days in the year. It's the 18th right now. We literally have, what, 13 more days. So maybe at the beginning of the year. What? So yeah, so that's pretty much it though. Peace.